Hey guys, it's Ori, and today we are here with another digital coloring video. I watched my last video over. Every video we gotta progress, right? The first video, the audio was trash, but the music was good, right? Second video, more of a balance between the music and my audio. Now I realize, maybe not everybody wants to watch a sideways view. So I finally got a setup where you can see everything right side up this time. It just means I had to do things upside downwards. But regardless, that's none of your business. You're back. So today we're pretty much coloring. We're doing another digital coloring video, and we are focusing on my coloring page, Life is About Creating Your Dreams. And the idea for this page is pretty much going to be, see, this time I planned something out. Check me out. This idea is pretty much take a little bit of inspiration from this page, where it's pretty much everything's just bold and outlined and you add a little bit of sparkle, right? But how can we do that except give this its own unique little touch? So I decided to add some stickers I found on Pinterest for free and try to make it look like something magical. So with that being said, let's get started. And by the way, in this video, I am not going to be doing long story chimes or chit chats. It's all going to be about how coloring helps me with healing and manifestation. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the chat. Enjoy the process. Hello, cosmic souls, to the space of healing, creativity, and manifestation. Today, I want to dive into how coloring has been a powerful tool in my healing journey, how it connects me to my faith, and how it inspires me to create the life the Most High wants me to live. Coloring isn't just a pastime, it's a form of meditation. When you focus on filling a page with color, you're training your mind to be present. The outside noise fades, the doubts disappear, and all that's left is you, the colors, and the moment. In these moments, I've received the clarity I've prayed for. Answers that seemed impossible to find suddenly became clear when I allowed myself to enter this tranquil state. Coloring quiets the chaos and brings peace, and in that peace, I found deep healing. Coloring also helps reconnect with your inner child. So many of us have forgotten the joy of creating without pressure, playing without expectations. Every time I color, I remind myself that life isn't meant to be taken so seriously. It's meant to be lived, explored, and enjoyed. That energy alone is just so healing because it releases stress and allows pure creativity to flow. My faith in the Most High has given me the confidence to even pursue art through entrepreneurship. I believe we were all given gifts, and one of my gifts is the ability to, prophesize through my art and writing. I don't just create for the sake of creating. I create the future I know the Most High wants me to live. My art is an act of faith, a declaration of abundance that is already mine in health, wealth, beauty, love, community, the cosmos, and whatever else. Every time I bring a page to life, it reminds me that the same process applies to my own journey. Trusting the process, allowing things to unfold, and believing that something beautiful will come out in the end. Coloring is a manifestation tool. Every stroke, every shade is an act of intention. It trains the mind to see potential in what is not yet complete, to have faith in what is still unfolding. And as an artist, you know how hard it is to just trust the process, but in the end, you always find something beautiful. Just like the last coloring page we did, I was complaining the entire time until I finally got to the end and I was like, this is fire. This is my style, this is me, and I'm just in love with that page. Like many artists, I've experienced pain, loss, and challenges. But instead of letting trauma define me anymore, I use it as a fuel to create something beautiful. Every piece I color, every stroke I make is a form of alchemy, turning pain into purpose. There's power in transforming the past into something that inspires others. That's why I pour so much love and intention into my coloring pages, my planner, and my diary, and my future stories, so they can serve as tools for others to heal, create, and manifest their own dreams. My coloring pages aren't just about personal healing, they're about community. The Oasis community is a space where we can all come together and express ourselves, share our journey, and support each other's creative and spiritual growth. Whether you use my coloring pages as a form of meditation, a way of visualizing your dreams, or just a fun creative outlet, know that you're a part of something bigger. That's why my first collection is about creating daily habits that push you closer to your destiny. Every page, every design is intentional, meant to inspire consistency, faith, and action. And yes, if you watched the first video, I did complain about the line art. At the end of the day, this whole collection is still very purposeful in my journey in creating daily rituals and habits. And so when I was piecing everything together, each idea, each slide, each page layout, each order, I was trying to tell a story. And so hopefully when the next collection comes out, you guys will understand what that story is. But for right now, let's just get back to the video. Let's just talk about this art piece, okay? So first things first, when I was creating this, I was not expecting any of this to come out. So once again, we are trusting the process, we are trusting the journey. For one, I knew her skin had to be my skin because this is my video. This is my art page. For two, I just had to let go of the idea of perfection because when you're creating the life of your dreams, it looks crazy. And it's not even just you creating it, it's Father of the Most High feeding you all these ideas, all this, especially like if you're on my page, you're creative. So it's the Most High sending you all these energetic, creative ideas, and it just all flows within you. And it's like sometimes it's chaotic and it just all kind of bursts out. And that's the idea of this page, is to be able to, harness that chaos and turn it into, beauty. And so that's the idea of this hand. And it's like, that's not what it was at first. But I knew creating this, it had to be some sort of magic. Like we literally had the Most High's light in our last page. And now we just have this new, crazy, colorful burst of life, which I am just so in love with, if I'm being completely honest. Like, just the little details, the sparkles in the hand, the magic in the bottle. Like, I had no idea when I colored it I was literally going to create magic. Like, there's magic flowing from her hands. Like, you can see the energy transfer from her hand to the atmosphere and into the bottle. And I just thought that just came to me in the moment. I didn't plan that at all. Just the use of the different colors. Like, one thing I've been having an issue with, honestly, putting myself in a box when it comes to colors. So I think one of my art journeys I'm going to go through this year is studying color theory, so I can not only expand my color palette but step out of the box. Like, this was really out of the box. Nothing was too matchy even though I thought it was. And then I started adding the stickers and I was like, you're crazy. But then I'm like, this is literally how it is in our minds. Like, we have all these different things we want to do. Like, for me, it's gaming, getting my body right, a little bit of true love, you'll see it in there. Skincare, photos. I love doing photo shoots. I used to. I don't do it anymore, but I'm going to do it again. Flowers that represent my journey. Candles, the galaxy. I even got Listerine. Like, I'm trying to get the oral care in check. Traveling. Just the idea of my dreams, shopping, love, food. And even I put you guys on there. So when you guys see it in the end, there will be an envelope with a heart in it. That's you guys. Like, we're sending each other love through the internet. I don't know about y'all, but I have big main character energy. I swear I'm the only one alive on Earth. And I know that's not true because I can sense other people's roles on Earth. I know I'm not the only one alive, but it just be me and my world. I literally might change all my socials to Ori's world because that's exactly how I feel. 2013, this was a dream for me. Like, this was fun. This was everything I always wanted it to be. And now that I'm actually doing it, for me to be dreading it, it's kind of like the enemy is really twisting my perception of me living in my answered prayers. And I think that is just so wild, but it's just like, I caught you this time, right? And I made something, I created something that I might release for free, perhaps. The girls were always giving out freebies with their digital goods. I don't know what happened, but y'all don't do freebies. And that's why I have a free diary. I kind of created something because a revelation that came to me, or the Most High wants us to prepare for our blessings, right? He also wants us to prepare for our lessons. And in that, I started realizing, like, why, when he's taking me through these different seasons, right? Whether I'm harvesting, whether I'm sowing, whether I'm shedding, whether I'm resting, whatever the case is, there's always going to be challenges that he will put us through. And for this, I was thinking about, I hope it's the book of Job. I really don't want it to not be. I'm never going to be that person to be like, book this, verse this, chapters this. Like, I'm not that kind of person. And pretty much, the Most High allows the enemy to test Job's faith, right? And he takes away possessions, health, family. And I was thinking about it because I was like, oftentimes when we're in our seasons of trials and tribulations, we were pretty angry with the Most High. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I will be out there throwing tantrums. Like, last night I threw a tantrum. And then it just kept coming back to me that the Most High does not give us anything we cannot handle, right? So the Most High was very confident in Job. He knew that Job could handle what was coming his way. And in the moment, Job was like, yo, what are we doing right now? Like, why are we having this right now? I've been so obedient. I've done this, I've done that. Like, why are you doing this to me? And then I also remembered, like, for one, I mean, you think about what happened to Yeshua. Like, the bigger your anointing, the bigger your job is in the kingdom of the Most High, the more lessons and the harder they're going to be. The test that you go through for your purpose in the Most High's kingdom is levels. Like, if your purpose is just to have faith in the Most High, then your lessons are not going to be as big as somebody who has to minister, or somebody who has to create something big, or somebody who has to, do some new scientific discovery. And that's okay, right? So all of us are going to go through different things. And so, especially as generational curse breakers, you have to go through more trauma than anybody can truly imagine. And so I'm realizing, like, okay, I'm going through these tough situations because he's training me. I have to get to the point where I pass the test more than I fail them. And so while thinking about the book of Job, I'm just like, okay, what if we had a way to prepare ourselves for these lessons? But for the most of us, when we're not really that deep into our spiritual journey, we don't know what's truly coming, right? We always find out after what happened, like, oh, you wanted me to work on releasing stress, so you put me through stressful situations so I can practice releasing stress. Oh, okay, I get it now, right? I was like, what if there was a cheat sheet? Because when we're taking our SATs, you got people who don't care, who are just gonna go with the flow, whatever happens. But you also got people who are prepping. They're getting in study groups. We all have to take the practice exam. Like, they're doing everything. They're like prepared to get the best SAT scores they can possibly get. And I just thought about it, like, if we can go all out for these tests and these quizzes, right? Sometimes it's pop quiz, you don't get a chance. But for the most time, if we can go through that, why aren't we doing that for our spiritual tests and our spiritual trials and tribulations? And then I was also thinking, like, sometimes we might be able to ask the Most High, like, can I get a cheat sheet for this section of my life, right? Because I've had a lot of teachers, especially when I got to college, where they was like, here goes, you can use a cheat sheet, you need to make it, here goes the requirements. Like, there's always requirements for the cheat sheet. Like, you can have this many such and such, it has to be this format, this, that, and the third, right? And there's some teachers that are like, no cheat sheet, you just gotta do this. And then there's sometimes it's a pop quiz. So what if we just started asking the Most High, like, hey, in this next season, whatever test you may give me, can I get a cheat sheet? And so last night I created one. There was my answer. I created one because I know that this test that I've been failing is something that we've been going through for the past 5 years. And I'm just like, I am so tired, right? I'm having all these amazing, revelations and healing journeys, and my spirit is just so elated with creativity, right? But now I'm in my physical body and trying to stay in the present, and I'm just like, all right, first of all, I can't focus. because I keep thinking of all the times I messed up and I didn't pass the test in the, in the past. And it's just like, so now I'm using my creative journey to stay in the present, hence the idea of, meditating through my coloring books, which is why he's making me make them in the first place. So it all comes together. But now I'm just like, okay, on a physical note, like, how can I remind myself? The enemy is only trying to get to me because I am an extension of the Most High, just like the rest of us. So he's going to use our earthly, connections. So our family, our friends, our lovers, people that we look up to, food, clothes, hair, our beauty. Like, he's going to use those things that make up our personal journeys on earth. He's going to use those things to attach himself to us. And now I understand why people use the term starve your flesh. It's your flesh that's going to, the energy of the enemy can attach itself to anything. And we learned that when in the Bible, the enemies, the demons and stuff like that, they were allowed to go into pigs. That should show you how raw energy transfers can be. And so that's why we're not allowed to eat pigs. But anyways, that's an example, like us not being allowed to eat pigs is an example of us not catering to our flesh, right? So now I'm in a journey of figuring out, what have I been feeding my flesh that has been allowing the enemy to have so much access over me? Because I was just crying last night about, this, that, and the third. And then the next morning I woke up, I'm like, that's not even how I feel. Like, yes, it's good to cry and get it out, but that's not how I feel. And I realized in this current season, releasing the things of this earth that was tying me to the enemy through my flesh, which is why my body is a big part of this next journey, is very important. And I'm like, so what cheat sheet can I make for that? Because that is like what I'm struggling the most with. And then it's disconnecting me. So my body not being fully in tune with my soul is disconnecting it from my mind. You need the soul because that is your extension of the Most High. You need your mind because that creates the communication between your soul and your body, is your mind, the brain. So you need that to be connected to both, not just one, not just the other. And I think for me, I realized my mind was more connected with my soul for a while because I would use like the future or the lessons of the past. I would use those as an escape, and I would spend so much time in the future or the past or just made up places, what they call it, maladaptive dreaming, things like that. I would use that to escape my current reality, and I would always snap back into my physical body and realize it's 5 years later. It's 10 years later. Oh my gosh, now I'm 26. It has been a crazy journey for me in making sure I stay present. So I'm like, how can I make a cheat sheet for that? If this resonates with you and you're ready to start your own journey of healing, creativity, and manifestation, or just a little fun, you can find my coloring pages, planner, and diary, and eventually more in the link in the description below. Every purchase supports this mission of bringing healing, creativity, and divine alignment into our lives. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this beautiful journey. Remember, your creativity is a true gift, and the life you desire is waiting for you to create it. Keep coloring, keep manifesting, keep healing, and keep trusting the process. I will see you in the next video. Bye!